Family and friends, top of the day, it's Friday and you still ain't got no realtor. I went back to my initial approach with Robert's Rules as a 3-part series. If any of you recall my first trilogy on how do I get out my mama's house, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Shout out to home loan mom Latoya Goodwin-Gary for her help during this part of my journey. We started this concept a few Fridays ago and we're supposed to run concurrent, but life happens. Hey, a brother's been working. The first video introduced General Robert and his contribution to the way we conduct meetings today. The goal is to essentially get things accomplished, and Robert's Rules on Parliamentary Procedures helps achieve this. Another important note that hasn't been mentioned yet is the fact that parliamentary procedures derive from a governing style done within the Parliament of Great Britain. It could also be where George Clinton got his Parliament-Funkadelic name from too. Parliament is the supreme legislative body of the United Kingdom. It is called the mother of parliaments and has shaped the political systems of many countries, even the United States. General Robert's Rules on Parliamentary Procedures were first published in 1876 during the time of the Reconstruction era. Again, the Reconstruction era ran from 1863 to 1877. There are 3 specific amendments associated with this time in history. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments were all designed to help with disparities in race throughout the country. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery, the 14th granted citizenships to everyone, and the 15th permitted all citizens the right to vote. More specifically, it guaranteed that the right to vote could not be denied based on race, color, or previous conditions of servitude, slavery. The amendment was created in 1870 and, again, it was intended to give all citizens the right to vote. If this were true and we live in a representative democracy, why wouldn't our government, particularly our elected officials, not change to accommodate this new provision? I mean, we had Senator Hiram Revels of Mississippi and Representative Joseph Rainey of South Carolina to serve in Congress in 1870, but not enough progress was made to combat the landmark Supreme Court decision on Plessy versus Ferguson in 1896. Given the conditions of the Reconstruction era amendments, there should not have been the need for a separate but equal doctrine. This completely contradicts the 3 amendments created to guide us through these troubling times. If we abolish slavery and all men are now created equal as the Declaration of Independent States, why would we be separate but equal? If everyone was really granted citizenship, why would there be separation? If the right to vote was guaranteed for all citizens, why wasn't the country represented proportionately based on its racial demographics, since we live in a representative democracy? The Voting Rights Act of 1965 was created 95 years after the 15th Amendment guaranteed the right to vote. It was intended to enforce the 15th Amendment by the 89th U.S. Congress, which was comprised of individuals who weren't even born during its conception. To add insult to injury, the act was really only created in response to the pressure provided by Dr. Martin Luther King. In 2021, the Supreme Court reinterpreted the Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, substantially weakening it. Let's think back to 2021 for a minute and remember what was going on during the top of the year with the presidential elections. Through it all, research shows that the act has significantly increased voter turnout in minorities, particularly in African Americans. Robert's Rules were introduced during the Reconstruction era 150 years ago. Iconic rapper Snoop Dogg admitted that he didn't vote for the first time until 2020. He stated that his privilege to vote was revoked due to being a convicted felon. Logically speaking, how is this scenario even possible? Is voting a right or a privilege? Happy to help. Make it a great day.